He will be so glad to be shoved in that box, never to come out again, ever. Hello there, boys and girls. Welcome back to another fabulous episode of Fog's World. We have a few more friends. Larry, Mo, and Curly were joined by 4 others because I really needed a brown-coated villager. A proper brown-coated villager. This is a Fletcher. He will do. And the reason I needed a brown-coated villager was because I need to build an automated farm. Because I need something that will feed the villagers in the village breeder. And I can't do that without a brown-coated villager to run my farm. So 2 of these guys are going to be used today. We're going to set up a farm. Now, we could build a village breeder like the one we built when we populated the iron farm. But that village breeder has issues. It has issues if you try to leave it running long term. What happens is not all the little guys run off the edge and end up into the water stream. Sometimes they stay in the village breeder. And then before you know it, instead of having 2 villagers in the village breeder, you've got 4 villagers in the village breeder. And then you have 8, and then you have 16. And then before you know it, it's crowded with villagers. And you're starting to lag, and it's just a mess. And the last thing I want to do is have to go in there and just willy-nilly kill all my villagers. That would be sad. So we're not going to do that. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to build a proper villager breeder where the baby villagers are always separated from the mommy and daddy villagers, or daddy and daddy villagers, or thing and thing villagers, since it seems to be asexual. And that means we need a farm. We need an automated farm, and in particular, I would like an automated potato farm, because potatoes are particularly good for villager breeding because they don't clog up all the villager slots, and the villagers are always happy to take more potatoes and breed. And who doesn't get put in the mood by a nice, lovely raw potato? I know that does it for me every time. But so now we got to figure out where to build said farm, and there are some considerations. We need to build this farm where it's not next to any villages, but we do need a village in order to build our village breeder. So what's probably going to happen? We've got our villager separator below here. Pretty much right below where I'm standing. There's a zombie right beneath me. Maybe you can hear him gurgling. That means we need our villager breeder. Probably we're going to want to build it like maybe here or maybe over here. It doesn't matter too much as long as it's not too close to the village separator. But that means we need to actually have an artificial village, probably out here somewhere. Got it? So I need to make sure that this farm is built at least 60 blocks from my village. So let's see. This is 10, 20, because it's 10 between these torches. 20, 30. This is 40. This is 50. So this is 60. So I'm thinking, well, look at this. We have a farm space right here. I could do one of 2 things. I could either just convert this into an automated farm as is, in which case I'd convert everything to potatoes, or I build my automated farm beneath the manual farm. And you know what? I think I like that second idea better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out a space beneath here. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to dig out a space directly beneath this one into which I can place my automated farm. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I like that idea. But I think I'm not going to dig on camera. So, yeah. I think I will dig this off camera because you don't want to watch me digging stuff. That's boring. But I am going to set up a beacon. There we go. Check. All right, we now have haste 2. We can do some digging. Let's go. All right, guys, I've done some excavation. Let's come down here and look at what we got. Woo! Look at this. This is the beginnings of our potato farm. So I'm going to build a farm that's based on a design by Unary Bit. And that design was expanded a bit by a guy named Nathan Ryan. There will be links below if you want to know how to build this. I am not going to show you the step-by-step of how to make this thing. But as you can see, we're off to a good start. I'm going to have to block this off here pretty soon once I get villagers down in here. And I'm nearly to the point where I'm ready to do that. But before I do, this right here is going to become our drop chute for our potatoes, and I need to get a place for those. This should be centered right on this tunnel right here, pretty much, just about. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to real quick dig down beneath and then dig the tunnel back that way so that once I build the farm and actually get the farm going, there will be something down there to catch the potatoes. And this should be enough, actually. Shouldn't have to go any farther than this. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to put up a torch here just to give these, keep this a little bit lit. I'm not going to pretty this up per se because it's kind of unnecessary. But I am going to go ahead and do this. Actually, what I ought to do is lay down some ice, shouldn't I? But that's okay. We'll get there in a minute. I just wanted to get this open so that once I... Whoa. Okay. Well, that was probably a mistake. Let's put you back, shall we? And I think I dropped one. All right. Well, should be down below, right? Yes, it is. Okay. All right. We're going to put this back. Going to build an ice channel for all my drops and a place to catch them. Actually, let's do that real quick. Let me go ahead and put in the ice in the water. Put a top slab there. Put some more ice. How far will this get us? Gets us that far. Okay, top slab again. More ice. And let's real quick before it goes any farther, block that end off. All right, now as that thing starts to produce potatoes, we'll have a place to catch those. All right, I've laid down a little temporary track because it is time for us to move 2 villagers down in there. So let's get going. Let's do it. I'm going to need some fences because what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip these guys. Actually, I don't because they're all in rail cars, so it doesn't matter. Never mind. This guy right here is our brown coat. This is the Fletcher. So this guy must go down there. And then it doesn't matter who else I get down there, just as long as this guy goes. So probably we'll just grab that guy because he's convenient, right? So let's just push them both in there and we'll get them down there. We gotta get them down. Let's go. Let's go. All right, while you guys are going, we'll close this off again. And the only reason to keep this closed really is just to make sure that no zombies get at those guys. That's really what that's all about. So these guys should go right down in there. Oh, we'll follow them down. And I'll clean this up and we'll be good. All right, we're good. We're good. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. Where do you think you're going? You're not going that way. Get out of there. All right, we're going to go and tear this up again. Get rid of the tracks. All right, I'm going to do some cleaning up in a minute, but for now, let's just go ahead and block that off. They can't get out now. We need this guy in the white coat to go up those steps, so let's let him out. And then we'll just give him a gentle nudge. Come on, buddy. Get you. This other guy's in the way, but that's okay. He'll move in a minute. We're just going to push him right up the stairs into his happy new home. He will be so glad to be shoved in that box, never to come out again ever in his entire boring existence. He'll love it. Trust me, he's going to love it there. All right, now we just close this guy back up like this. And we're going to go ahead and rebuild our ceiling that I tore down so I could get him in there. And tear down the stairs. Yeah, he's good. He's where we want him. Okay, we are nearly done. Let me get rid of this. And I just don't have enough room to carry all this stuff. Okay, well, we're going to let him out for... Well, no, we'll hold off. We'll let him out in a minute because I want to do some cleanup. Let me go ahead and clean this up. And then once I've cleaned it up, we'll go and finish the job, okay? All right, I'm back. We are just about ready to get ourselves a farm. Let's let this guy out. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Now, all we have to do is till the soil. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to till all of this soil. It's going to take a little while. And then we'll give this guy a stack of potatoes, and our farm should be operational. All right, well, I haven't finished tilling the soil yet, but you know what? There's no reason not to just give this guy some potatoes. He'll start planting on the soil that is tilled, and we should be good to go. So, yeah, there he goes. There he goes. He's already started. All right, he has begun. We're going to hurry things along a little bit. He'll plant this whole thing in potatoes, but it'll take him a while to do it. So in order to kind of hurry the process, let's go ahead and grow some of these. We'll get some full-grown potatoes. The problem is he's going to run out of potatoes before he's done planting. So I'm just going to kind of encourage things to hurry up a little. I don't really want to plant them for him. I'm going to let him do that. But since I'm carrying some bone meal, I might as well use it. I'll just go ahead and get ourselves some full-grown potato plants here. Nice. Look, there he's already harvesting, and that harvest action is going to replenish the potatoes in his inventory, which he'll then turn around and plant. Once he's got this farm completely planted in potatoes... Hello. Once he's got this thing completely planted in potatoes, then he's going to have a surplus of potatoes. And he's going to want to do something with them. And this spot right there is kind of special. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you how this is special. Oh, good. We've got a poisonous potato. Great. We're going to have to remember to filter those somehow. Okay, so this spot right here, sometimes he's going to want to plant that spot. And sometimes he's going to want to feed this dude up here. If he tries to throw potatoes at that guy, he's going to miss, and it's going to go down the water chute. If he tries to plant right there, that's fine, but the minute he steps on this pressure plate, that causes an update. And because this spot right here is one too dark, because that is just one too dark, the update from that piston right there is going to cause it to update and pop out, and it will remain untilled. And that's going to encourage him to keep returning to this spot. So that is how the farm operates. So I'm going to come back here behind my gate, and I'm going to sit here a while, let this guy do his thing. And you know what? We'll come back and watch him in a bit. guys, it's been just short of 1/2 an hour since I've been timing this. I've been trying to see what kind of yield we're going to get. So let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like we're going to get about 15 stacks in an hour. That is better than I thought it would be. That's pretty darn good. Now, I did make a couple of tweaks to the original design that you can find in the description below. And I'll tell you what it was, what I did that I changed. Well, first of all, obviously, there's only a single level of this farm, obviously. But if you watch this guy long enough, you'll see that he comes over here and he occasionally throws potatoes at this guy as he's supposed to. But, and maybe he'll do it here in a minute, but the potatoes don't always make it into the water stream. Yeah, go ahead, plant. Here he goes. So you'll see, oh, there, those did. But every now and then, a potato won't make it into the water stream. Often the potatoes will land right there. He'll hit one of the blocks, and it'll go right down there. So what I did to fix that, there's a hopper underneath that dirt, and it feeds into a dropper right there that ejects into the water stream. And I have a little ejection system down below here. You'll see if I throw one right there. Well, here, I got to stand in the right spot. See, it disappears immediately, and there's that little tick. It's being picked up by the hopper and thrown into the water stream down below. And you'll see, like, when he walks away, that is going to update, and usually that potato will land right there and go into the water stream down below through the hopper. So that's how I corrected that problem. And I'll tell you, that definitely has made an impact, because for a while I was sitting right here and watching this guy miss time after time after time, and the potatoes would land right there and just stay. That little modification there boosted the yield quite a bit. I was noticing that quite a few times he'd miss with those potatoes and they'd end up right there. And that fixes it. So I now have a pretty darn good yep, see there, he missed one. And he missed another one right there. I now have a pretty darn good working potato farm. I'm really, really happy with this. It yields quite well. And so yeah, I think that's it for today's episode. I think that's all I'm going to do today. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. If you liked what you saw, please hit that like button so people can find my videos. And if you want to see more, subscribe. We do this every week. And I will see you all next week on Fog's World. Bye-bye, guys.